the wide property that in al-halabayun wal-harabayun. That means we are not bound to make any change or laws, because the Constitution itself, our religion is rooted in the Constitution. In the recent cases of Zorum and other cases, Mu'amalat is part of halal, but expounded that General Appeal has no duty to entertain disputes regarding Mu'amalat. So I think from this point of view that the situation is not proper, but the legislative bodies can come in to develop some of the case issues and problems and analysis, as just said by our sister, that regulate that part of the problem, because we know that halal issue is mostly is private laws, not commercial laws. So it's not necessary that we take into industries. Everything that is around Muslim is already said, then therefore they are not for any further legislation. But the government body may be coming to regulate the problems there. That's my take. Thank you very much.
I get it. There's no need. Sorry, gentlemen, due to time factor, I think this is the best we can go. The interventions are many, so I would like the lead presenter to pick some of the intervention and respond to it. Then I will go back to Professor Abiko. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I think the paper presentation and the discussions really brought up what it needed to, which is the reaction. And we've gotten lots of reaction from audience to show that yes, they are following. Alhamdulillah. Let me start with the last observer. Halal bayyin, haram bayyin. We know, but what we are saying is from the beginning of the production to the end, to the extent that it goes out to the market for consumers to buy and consume, what are the processes followed? How is it followed? Is it halal compliant to the extent that you will now certify it and say it is now halal compliance product that could be consumed by consumers? So that is the certification we are talking about. We need law to back it up. We need an authority to certify. And the authority will not just certify it, but the authority will look at the beginning of the product to the end, to the extent how it was transported to the market.
You have 5 minutes.
How it was being kept for people to buy. Are you getting it? So it's just not like you think that it's a personal thing. No. Are you getting it?
Doctor.
So it's good for us to understand that, which is very key. And that is what the learned Silk from Udus is saying, and what Dangana too is also talking about. It's all about products, consumables, from the beginning of it being manufactured to the bottling or canning or putting inside anything that will contain it, to the extent that how are you going to transport it to the market? You're talking about slaughtering of cows. You have to go and look at the abattoir. Certify that it is healthy, and the way they slaughter is in accordance with the sunnah. Then you now follow, how do they remove the skin from the meat? How do they produce the meat for people to buy? Are you getting it? How is it being packaged? Is it all healthy and in accordance with the halal and tayyiban that we are talking about before it can be certified? Yes. Thank you.
2 minutes. Okay, you are done.
Yes.
So, Professor.
Yeah. Thank you very much. But I will quickly go to some of these interventions and see how I can go. Starting with the position of Dangana about the role of
Nigerian Council for Islamic Affairs. Like I said, all Islamic organizations have very significant role to play in ensuring that halal products are certified in Nigeria. We don't have official government regulators now for halal certification, but those we have, just like we did in Islamic finance, we can inject halal certification once the government accepts it. Like I said, we don't need to reinvent. In NAFDAC, they have a department on halal certification. And I must say, generally, it is not compulsory. We are not operating Islamic government in Nigeria. So halal certification for us in Nigeria will be voluntary. For those who are interested in halal, they are halal products. For those who are not interested, they can continue to eat whatever they like. So it's not compulsory, and the issue of saying everybody will be forced if it goes to, even if it goes to state, what they can do is to say these products are halal for those who are interested in halal products. For those who are not interested, you can continue to buy whatever they like. Now, the Grand Kadi of Kaduna talked about the halal regulation law. Like I said, it will be difficult in Nigeria to put a law together to the National Assembly of the Federal Republic and pass it. We have had experiences and we must learn from it. I can tell you, until 2020, Islamic finance was operating, from 2011 to 2020, was operating on regulation from the CBN. No law.
Our products from Kano.
And it was operating, but by the time, before Emir Sanusi left,
wake up from your
they took, and even during MFLA, they took some of the regulations into the law, and it was accommodated. So we don't need to say, oh, we want to have Islamic finance law. It will bring a lot of crime. You are right. We don't need that. And the strategy, I will continue to pray for Emir Sanusi. When there is this clause on advisory committee of experts, they call it Sharia Advisory Board in their regulation, and Christians were crying. You want to Islamize, use CBN to Islamize Nigeria. Emir Sanusi said they should remove anything Islamic from that regulation, and they call it Advisory Committee of Experts to perform the same function that a Sharia Advisory Board will perform, and it went through. So it's operating today without using Sharia, but we are practicing Sharia. So if the name is the problem, you can remove the name Sharia, call it a name that is not offensive to us as Muslims, and it goes. So we may not need to package a whole set of law to say we are passing new law on halal certification. Every segment of our existing body that certify our food, our drinks, and all other agencies, what they call it now, this Bank of Industry is adopting Sharia principle now. So we can do that in all existing agencies, given, and I agree with the largest Abdullah Ibrahim from Sokoto, that, you see, that is the strategy, that because of our peculiarity as a nation, we have to tinker with some of those things, not, hook, line, and sinker the way it is done elsewhere. What is acceptable to us is what we do, and provided it fulfill the intention of Sharia we want to achieve, we go ahead with it. Now, Professor, yes, I've answered Professor Ibrahim Abdullah. Now, conflict between NAFDAC, SON, yes. Yeah, that's my answer. We can use that CBN style. It's not compulsory we mention Sharia, Islamic, be if it will cause problem, provided we are able to insert all the rules of Sharia into those laws without calling it Sharia, and it goes. If it's, that's how far you can go for now. If you are in a better position to call it Sharia, then we go ahead. Yeah, I've talked about voluntary certification too. Whether we have halal certification authority for now, we don't have for now, but we have from private individuals who are coordinating themselves as bodies, training people and asking people to come for, but they have not gotten government approval to do it. And in some other countries, you find government establishing an authority of government to be doing the certification. And whoever want to do it privately will have to take approval of those government authority, apart from establishing a body. Now in Nigeria today, in the CBN, we have a phrase, we call them advisory committee of experts at the Supreme Court level. They are body of Islamic law scholars. We have a number of our brothers there who look at what Islamic banks are doing and other Islamic financial institutions at the Supreme Court level. And they ask each bank to also have their own advisory committee of experts. Now, in that way, what I see to that is that by the time we want to expand halal market, there should be no monopoly, because what we have now, the same set of people doing for the central bank are the same people doing for exchange, this what they call them now, SEC, Security and Exchange Commission. They are the same people doing for insurance. No. It shouldn't be that. In other climes, they have a body, higher body, and each of these bodies also have their own body. So that whenever they have issue, they take it to. So there must not be monopoly. We have a lot of people around who can. Again, there is need for people, and that's the area of calling our police, lawyers. This is a big market for us. The chairman said it. Please, let's go and do some training in certification. A lot of documents will be brought to us. For those who are very fortunate among us, go for some certification. You just be eating cool money and you are getting your reward for promoting halal market. How do we avoid